All right, guys. So on the other line here, we have Ryan. Ryan, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, dude. I'm really excited today because I've had a number of requests to talk about Voxies, and now we got the man himself. So can you give us a quick little rundown about who you are and what Voxies are?
The biggest thing that's different about this project than the other kind of NFT collectibles that are going on is that it was game first, and then the NFT was added afterwards. And, he's been working on the integration between the Voxy characters and the actual game. And that's kind of the uniqueness that separates it from, the typical collectible. And you were just alluding to it. I saw it on your stream where you were showing the Voxy's website. If you're familiar with Final Fantasy Tactic, it's going to have that kind of vibe to it where each of the characters is going to have, a specific utility in the game itself on top of the already, NFT utility as like a game token.
I know that the game hasn't been fully launched or anything. Do you have kind of like a timeline of when that's going to be available to people?
We're still in the pre-alpha, but within, the next month or so, maybe 2 months, we'll have a playable demo for people to jump in on. It won't be fully integrated with the blockchain, but it'll be, it'll be a short kind of mission or a battle or something, a component of it where you're doing some kind of exploration. But yeah, Q4 is what we're shooting for. We have a lot of things that we're working through up to that point that we'll be dropping. Some of the information will be exclusive on this stream that we haven't broke before. So
okay, that's what we like to hear, dude. That's what we like to hear.
I saw one of the streamers or viewers was talking about dropping the coin. So that's something that we've talked about quite a bit is the tokenomics within Voxies. It's kind of like an early adoption bonus. So the voxel tokens, which is what the in-game currency is going to be based off of and what we're going to use to buy items, weapons, armor, spells, you're going to be able to earn that, not only just from airdrops between now and to the release. So holding your Voxies is going to create long-term value that you can purchase items in the game and help your quests. And there's also going to be a marketplace in the game. So if you get, a sword or something in the game and you're kind of tired of it, you can go in the marketplace and sell that to somebody else that wants to pick it up for their character.
And with it being a play-to-win model, number one, do you need to have a Voxy to be able to play the game, or is it something where you can only earn if you own a Voxy, or like how does that work in terms of like a free-to-play aspect versus like a pay-to-play?
There is going to be a default Voxy that's not going to have any of these customizable attributes like knights or skeletons or zombies that are going to have special moves and kind of attributes in the game. It's going to be a free to play. It's going to be a desktop first. And yeah, you can, through the exploration mode, you can find voxel tokens. And if you win some battles and, defeat some missions, you'll be able to earn more and then go into your marketplace.
You theoretically don't need to own any ETH, or is there going to be like a small, here's your like default Voxy?
Yeah, it's free to play. So, and it's also not going to be on the Ethereum blockchain. I think we're all, a prisoner to the gas prices right now in terms of all projects and just trying to dive into them. So we definitely don't want to have any kind of gas for these in-game transactions.
Okay, love it. Here, I'm going to share my screen for a quick second as well, and then show everyone that's watching the Voxy that I have. And if you're able to, can we just break it down just a little bit in terms of like the levels and stuff here? So when I scroll down, we have armor, which is like a 7 of 16, dexterity, 5 out of 10, luck, movement. I feel like there is some intricacies to it. How advanced do you think that this game is for somebody that's new? Do you think it's something where you do need to put in a little bit of time to be successful in Voxy and learn all the different traits and whatnot, or is it kind of more, hey, here's some like side things that are like good to pay attention to, but not like an absolutely integral part of everything?
Well, with all RPG tactical games, there's going to be a strategic component to it, and with these different levels, you can see there's armor or strength. You could be on the offensive or be on the defensive, depending on how you want to do things. There's going to be distance attacks if you're kind of like an archer. If you're like a knight, you're going to go up for that kind of tank brute force attack. So that's the one thing about this is there's not like one set way to play it. So all these are like your base stats. And each one of them comes with kind of a different aspect of the game that you wanna approach.
Because I'm trying to envision the game right now. So you're saying that we can pick up different stuff, whether that be from exploration or in like the in-game marketplace where you can make your Voxy stronger.
Exactly.
Okay. Yep. Sweet.
So
awesome.
What you're seeing there also is the golden egg. So this is something new that just happened.
Right on.
So someone actually caught this already. It was 3507. Someone just got 5 ETH just for minting a Voxy, and it had the golden egg, and boom, they got 5 ETH just for getting that. There is a second golden egg coming up in the, I think it's the next 5,000. It's like 5,000 and up. We put one in each of the first 5,000 and the second 5,000.
So for you guys, do you think that you're always going to be like a standalone game, or are you potentially looking at partnering with any other projects out there?
Yeah, so there are some pretty big partnerships that we're working through right now. Some of them are the community has already guessed what they are that we're working through. I won't say anything beyond that.
Guys in the chat, keep guessing. Let's figure out. We'll find out if he cracks.
We're definitely trying to keep it like an indie style. So we're definitely, keeping it to small in indie form, but the collaborations we have going on with other NFT projects, whether they're kind of dropping in ours or we're, doing like kind of a promo in theirs, there's a lot of fun things that are going on.
So for the races, is there something, and sorry if you talked about this a little bit earlier, but I want to kind of dive into it a little bit more. Is there like a distinct advantage of having like a human versus a skeleton, or is it just kind of like an aesthetics thing?
No, there definitely is an advantage. Let me, I'm going to try sharing my screen. I don't see the option on our chat, so give me 1 second.
Kind of what you're looking at here, they're going to a few specifics about talking about there's attacking categories, supporting for like healing, and then kind of going through kind of what some of the hybrid classes where you could be 50% of each. And it'll go through each one of the classes where you'll have like knights. If you click on that, it'll pull you into kind of what the class is, gives you an example of one of the Voxies.
It looks cool. It looks cool.
So the role, you can see it's attacking or a tank mode. You can show the weapons that it can have. Some of them are equipped right now. And then kind of some of the main abilities. And this specific one you can show is kind of an uncommon as a knight. So some of the, you had mentioned when we first came on, are zombies all rare, right? So there are rarities in these classes. I would say the most rare at this point is the mummy, just because there's literally only one of them.
That sounds cool, Ryan. I want to get a mummy, dude. That sounds wicked.
So this is the gameplay, and we'll just run it. It's 3 minutes, but we'll just run it really quick.
Yeah, for sure.
And we can pause it at times. But so this is the most recent one that we just released with some upgraded kind of finishes. And this is a battle where you can see you kind of have a archer, a mage, and kind of like a brute force. So you can see here it's a ranger. He's going to move further away.
So one question that I kind of have while looking at this is, I know with like a lot of other games out there, is that they're like very in depth in terms of what you can collect, get, etc. Are you guys going to be more of kind of like a simplistic, hey, here's like going to be the items that like everybody's going to know, or is it going to be, okay, there's like a lot of different variations of items?
There's going to be like the base ones when the game starts, but one of the collaborating things we're doing is having some, rare potential drops by some artists or other collaborating partners to drop some unique weapons that are in there that are going to be high power, high damage. And this is the part I wanted to show the most right here. So like the battle is super cool, but right here, you can see there's a chest. So he's going to open the chest, and you saw some coins come out. And in this one, he obtained an ash sword. So that's something, whether it's coins or a sword, you now could either equip that in the next battle, or you could go to the marketplace and sell it. There's obviously going to be a rarity with some of these, but not everyone's going to, get one. And if they want to start off the game with some equipment to update their Voxies for battles, they're going to want to go to that marketplace and try to get that. The one thing to just remember about this project is when you're looking at kind of flipping it or the cost that how much you could potentially flip it for, you got to remember there's two kind of components of this. There's people that are going to be focusing on the properties from a collector standpoint, and then there's going to be people focusing on the game aspect of it. There's a lot of talk about collecting pets as well as Voxies that could unlock certain aspects in the game, or ultra rare weapons. And the same thing here, where you're looking at your Voxy. They have this one has a mana in his item as his item that he has, and so not all of them have items. So if your Voxy has an item, that is something that is going to come with you into the game, and something that will forever be attached to your Voxy.
We have one guy, Ben, jamming in the chat. He's asking, can you give a comment on mine? His is number 2458. I don't know if you're able to do that.
Wow. Okay, so Wow. So it's a legendary. So already congrats to them. Then on top of that, it's not, so one thing that the creator did drop is also like the full sets. So if you have a full set, it's gonna have like a bonus in the game. That's not something we're ready to reveal what that bonus is. But yeah, this is very badass. I am definitely jealous. I personally didn't get any epics or legendary when I bought mine, so I am very jealous of everyone that does have this.
Tisk tisk.
And
But all right, well, Ryan, we'll let you go for right now. I'd love to have you back at some point, by the way, whenever there's kind of big roadmap updates or anything. Please know that you always got a spot to come and speak to the people.
Awesome. Thanks very much for having us.
All right, we'll chat with you in a little bit. All right, yo, that was fun. I enjoyed the hell out of that. I really did.